What's going on today, guys? So I want to show you my other setup here, guys. It's vintage, and this setup, guys, doesn't cost me a lot of money, and that's how I spend my money. That's how I want it, and that's how I always want to have my stereos, guys. The very good price, low price, and it doesn't cost a lot, so I can still have some money um, in my pocket. I'm frugal, guys. I love to be frugal, and that's how I work. That's how I, you know, buy stereos, receivers, turntables, speakers. To invest some stereos, guys, if you don't want to spend money, there's a lot of vintage stereos out there that you can purchase without spending a lot of money. You only have to really invest a lot of money for stereos if you don't want to. Each and every one of us, guys, we have a choice how much you want to spend, how much you want to throw, and how much you want your stereo set up. Some people, guys, they like Macintosh. Some people, they like Sansui setup. Some people, they like Marantz setup. Some people, they like Pioneer techniques. What else? JVC setups. So it depends, guys. You know, they have different tastes and different styles. So people has different choices to how to set up their stereos. Some people they like expensive stereos, and I do understand. Um, it's their choice how they wanted to set up their stereos. If I wanted to buy a Macintosh, guys, I can do that. Um, I just don't want to because I'd rather have the money than spend it for stereos. And that the reason why I like the vintage ones, guys, because they started all the stereos, guys, from the probably 40s, 50s up to 80s. They started this receiver that looked just like that MCS, realistic on the bottom. They started this style, the looks, and everything. Macintosh, guys, um, it wasn't, you know, um, it wasn't out there yet when all these Japanese receivers are coming out, becoming popular, and Americans are buying it, and you know they merge together. Some of the receivers, guys, like Marantz, or when you look at it in the back, it says manufactured or assembled in Japan, and they built it in America. But some of the stereos, um, they build all those motherboards in Japan. So you name it. But that's how back in the 60s, 70s. So I like the looks of the vintage stereos like this. And Macintosh, guys, is too flashy. It's too colorful, green and red and white. You know, orange, red. You know that looks. That's how the Macintosh. That's how it's their signature, guys. Those coloring in the faceplate, you can see all those different colors, and that's how Macintosh. It's the signature of Macintosh. But I like the stereos, guys, like vintage like this. I just don't know why. I really like, the knobs and, those switches right there. So I like that, and the knobs for the tuning right there. Yeah, on the right there. Yeah, and I just like it. There, it's original, guys, and this is how they started it from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and even Marantz or Sansui guys, they started that uh, you know style and looks, and that's how I wanted my collections like this vintage because I just like the looks of it. So, like I said, guys, you don't have to invest thousands and thousands of money for stereos. But if you're making 200K, 300K a year, or you're wealthy, then that's not a problem. You can go up to the higher level, which is the Macintosh, and so depends. Um, very very nice setup here from different brands, and the thing, guys, with this, because the sound quality of the speakers, guys, and the receivers are just amazing, and the turntable alone is just great. It's vintage, and I love the sound of this setup here. Yeah, and my main thing here, guys, I did not spend thousands of money for vintage. You guys know how much vintage? It's a couple hundreds, but some of them are expensive. $500, 700 to $1,000 or more. There's vintage stereos, guys, and receivers that are expensive. So it depends what brand, what model. So even up above, guys, I have my Sansui right there. That's my Sansui, and I love that sound of Sansui, guys. It's a G2000, and I have my Akai on top of the Sansui. Sounds great. These are Japan made, guys, and I always buy Japanese stereos, guys, because they do sound great and they last long. Yeah. And up above, guys, I have my Marantz. Yeah. These are vintage speakers, two of them. And I got it for a very low price, guys. And I'm not gonna tell you guys how much it is, but it's very low and it's a very good price. And I have the CD player and DVD player on top of that, and then I use that for CD player. That's Marantz, so you can see. And I'm using LXI equalizer and another Marantz um, receiver, and that's my other setup there. So if I want to listen to CD, guys, then I use that setup up there. And then when I want to use my Sansui turntable and my Akai, then I use that one, and that's connected to my Sansui speakers on the right, on my right, and that's how I listen to my Sansui when I feel like using that Sansui. And down here, guys, like I said, um, it's a nice setup, guys, vintage, and I love it, over here, I have my nice looking thick stereo speaker wires. Um, very nice and thick, and I pay a very low price for that, and I just saved that if I needed it, and because speaker wires, guys, it's expensive. If you get it online, they are expensive. If you go to Best Buy, they are expensive there, and I got it very low price for that. So I got that less than $10, guys, and that's a good wires. That's a good speaker wires, guys. You can tell. See, that's how I spent, and that's how I want to spend for my stereos, guys. With my stereos, I don't want to spend like a lot of money to invest stereos, guys, because one of these days when I get older and you don't know what are you gonna do with all those stereos. So a lot of people out there, they spend a lot of money for their stereos, and then eventually when they get old, they retired, and then they start wondering, and they don't have that um, energy anymore, and just to have stereos, guys, and sit there all day, maybe. But they change. They life change every year, and especially when people are getting old, and you know, by the time you turn 80 years old, I don't know what So stereos, it's just gonna end one day for everybody when you almost turn 90 years old. That's for sure. So, and some mysterious guys, it just passes, from one person to another person or people, because different reasons why. Some people they get rid of it. Some people they move out. They move to another state. They don't want to deal anymore with stereos. So many reasons why, and then they sell it, or they you know give it away from the cleaners, because there's people out there that they clean somebody's houses, like this multi-millionaire houses. They do have stereos there, and they don't need it anymore. Some of them they foreclose their houses. They cannot afford it anymore. They move to Florida, and they get rid of it. The house, they sell the house for low price. Some of the houses here where I live, they have a couple millions. So when nobody's really buying a couple millions anymore, they drop that price to 1 million, and their mind is get distracted with all this stuff, what's going on with their houses and losing money and all that, and the mortgages that they cannot afford anymore. So they just get rid of their stuff because their mind is somewhere else, and so they just want to move to another state. Like I said, Florida is cheaper, or Texas, Arizona, anywhere somewhere cheaper. So they get rid of their stuff and they just give it to the cleaners. And those cleaners, guys, they do sell those stuff in the flea market or antique stores. So that's how people, you know, get good stereos, vintage stereos, because a lot of people they have vintage stereos and they keep it in their house or sitting in the garage or in the attic or basement. Um, and then one day they get tired of it and they want to get rid of it. So some of them are heavy stereos. Like I do have Luxman stereos, guys. Very heavy stereos, very heavy receiver. And imagine when you turn 75, 80 years old, I don't think you can still carry that. The other guy that was selling speakers, guys, he sold it to me for a very good price. It's this, what do you call this? Audio Spectrum speakers, guys. Huge speakers, four-way speakers, guys. And he couldn't carry that anymore because he was a big guy and he was getting older. So he wanted to get rid of it because he was moving to a small house, and he want to retire and he don't want to deal with that anymore. So he kept those small speakers, like a bookshelf speakers. So I bought it at a very good price, and it sounds amazing, guys. So this, I take advantage of this stereos that people selling it for low price because they are expensive, guys. That's how I spend, and that's how I buy my stereos, guys. Because I know one day when I get older, all the stereos, guys, will be gone, and I'm gonna start selling it, and you know, get rid of it, and just keep couple receivers. And I know what to keep. I know Luxman I'm gonna keep, and Marantz. So maybe 3 Sansui. Yeah, I want to keep that one forever. That Sansui right there. sounds amazing. So I'm gonna keep that until I get older, or until I get old and I retire. And some of my speakers, guys, I have to get rid of it. um, this setup here might keep because I don't know, they sound great. So on the turntable, I'm gonna keep that. I don't want to sell that because that's vintage. It's hard to find that kind of stereo turntable player anymore. Yeah. So that's the scenario. That's the story of how I buy my stereos and how I wanted to invest my stereos, because I always think in advance, guys. You know, even I collect stereos now, but I know when I get old, most of the stereos is gonna be gone. Either I'm gonna donate it or give it away, and or drop it off in the flea market, or tell a cleaner to pick it up, and you know, because one day I know for sure I cannot handle all this collections here that I have. Um, or maybe I'll start selling some of it. So that's the only way to make money, and yeah, sell it in eBay or OfferUp. So today, guys, yeah, another good topic about stereos and how to invest stereos that is not going to cost you and you're not going to spend a lot of money. So in the future, in near future, guys, you're not going to regret how much you spent for stereos, because when people retired, guys, they do run out of money. People run out of money. People use their 401k, and money run out, guys. When you retired, you don't work anymore. So that's how they start regretting. And I know I meet people, they do regret, because when they were younger, they make millions of money, and then when they retire, they run out. So it's sad stories, guys. So this is a very good topic about, you know, investing stereos that in the future you would not regret. Yeah. So guys, that's another good tips for you guys out there. And saving money is good, guys, and that's how I do it, you know, and I spend less. Stereos is stereos, guys, but it's good to have good stereos, and it's good to have expensive stereos, but maybe couple expensive stereos, but not a lot, because one day we all do regret, and when we get old, we regret for things that we spend. Imagine, guys, people out there, they are hoarders. They hoard, hoard things. And I do have a friend, her parents' garage is full of stuff, and they cannot even park their car inside of the car in the garage anymore because it's full of stuff, like nonsense stuff, you name it, guys. And I know for sure that they do regret nowadays, especially when they're getting older. So I wish them luck, and hopefully, I don't know, they can sell some of those stuff like garage sale or something. Yeah. So guys, another tip for today, another good topic, and hope you guys enjoy your stereos and your collections, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So guys, thanks for watching, and I hope I help you guys out there to invest stereos that doesn't cost you a lot of money. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. So for now, say bye bye.